right, welcome back, Pokemon Go players, to another episode of the Purified podcast. Today is March 13, 2024. I am Luis. I am your co-host, Luis Palacios, with my co-host, Chris.
Hey, it's your boy Pokemon Tour, please. We're ready for the podcast, maybe.
Are we? Yeah, I don't know. It's just I keep thinking there's more to do or not. It's like.
We'll see. We'll be ready by the end of the podcast, at least.
Okay, yeah, that works.
But yeah, it's a pleasure.
always.
Definitely a pleasure to.
It's been an interesting week in the world of Pokemon Go, and even more recently in the last few hours. But we'll get to that when we get to it. I mean, definitely something to talk about, if just the case. I just gotta quickly say, please protect your accounts as much as possible. And hopefully it's the world it is. But anyways, we're here once again to talk about Pokemon Go news, updates, and ranting about the game because we love the game just as much as everybody else. Please don't forget to check us out at the Pokemon Professor Network /Purified Podcast. Wonderful people to work with every single time. I gotta nag Ken to switch over the logo because we had a new logo for the list.
How long has it been?
I don't know. It's like 4 weeks now, like a month. Yeah. But yes, wonderful people to work with every single time. So it is how it is. All right, so we had some good news happening since the last podcast. Of course, we're gonna recap all of that. We're gonna recap the Horizons event, which technically ended a couple of days ago, a day or so ago, I think. And then we're actually about to go into a brand new event pretty soon, actually starting tomorrow, as I recorded this podcast. Same time, we had our own hosts and everything. I think last week, since we had a lot of news to cover, I actually kind of skip over that, and we only did like here and there. So we're gonna recap, I guess.
Yeah, we only barely.
Yeah, we can probably go ahead and recap like the last 2 weeks worth of hosts, just because it's been like that. I don't know if you can remember that much. Yeah, no, it's fine. But at the same time, I think it's been an interesting world, Pokemon Go. Everybody's going for chases, like especially that Pikachu with the captain's hat. It's definitely something that, Chris is crying over because he didn't get one in his main account.
I did.
Oh, you did? I did.
I technically I got 1.5.
Okay, yeah, I get what the half coming from.
Yeah.
But yeah, aside from that, I mean, the event itself actually wasn't as bad. I mean, it is still the one thing that I had about this event is that it's a starter event. So you will be wasting so many Pokeballs, Ultra Balls, and Gray Balls on them. I really don't even care to actually catch them. For a while that I wasn't even catching everything, and then I forgot that the Pikachu in the hat actually spawns in the wall every now and then. So
yeah, I was looking for a perfect Fuecoco, but I didn't get any like really good IV ones in the wild. I think I got a good PvP Fuecoco for the evolution Skeledirge. And yeah, and I know that one's a weird one too. But the typing, I really like Ghost Fire.
Bro, once Flamingo comes into the game, I'm gonna make that my mascot for the rest of my life. I'm gonna.
Oh my gosh, you like Flamingo?
Bro, Flamingo's like I don't know why, but even though it's like it's the one state's like representative bird or whatever that we have here. At the same time, when I use
what if it's a regional?
Bro, that I'll take that any day. Like I'll be the only one.
Oh my gosh, maybe.
But that means that they won't actually they won't give him like exclusive move or better move if they make it a regional. So that will actually dampen it. And I kind of want him to be good so that way I can wreck with it. It's basically it's a Halucha 2.0. So I think it gets better moves too because of Halucha. But regardless of how, maybe Flamingo is still a pretty cool Pokemon. I don't know. I just used it when I was playing my playthrough in Scarlet and Violet, and it just swaps everything. And I was just like, yeah,
it's really strong.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely it doesn't look very strong, but it definitely is.
Yeah, and I love that I think his hidden ability actually copies the stats of the racing stats of the Pokemon. So you basically just like copy like a +2 like Dragon or something, and then you just wreck with it in the end of the day. So. And I think it gets Sword Sense too. I'm not sure, but one other thing. Anyhow, that's of course the main series.
I like it's scrappy.
Yeah. But either way, we know that Pokemon is gonna be similar to Halucha when it comes down to it. And I mean, the way that we're releasing generations, we're probably not gonna see Halucha anytime soon in the world. So aside from
I only know a few people that went to Mexico and they didn't get enough to trade me.
Yeah, yeah. So
I gotta go there myself.
yeah. Well, you can actually go like. I know that if you go closer to like the border of between Mexico and Texas, you can actually get it. I,
Oh, okay.
I actually forgot about to tell my brother. It's like, hey, can you get me some haluches, please? He was in El Paso this weekend, so
Oh,
but he doesn't really play in his account, and he's just like, nah. So I was like, okay, eh. Anyways, yeah, we're getting a little too sidetracked when it comes down to it. Let's get into our holes. Let's see what we got in. Chris, I'll actually go first since I know that you're gonna be looking for at least
okay.
2 weeks worth. Uh, we definitely went over the electric events last week. I know that I told everybody, I believe I told everybody that I got 2 Heliotides, 2 Joltics, 2 Blitzos, a Chinchou, and an Electrike. And a surprise Heracross that we that we just like clicked on no matter what. Aside from that, I did get 2 shiny Tapu Kokos from the last week's raid hour. I did not go to this week's raid hour because I have a few things that I had to do and I didn't want to actually rush over everywhere. But at the same time, that same day, I got the shiny Glameout, which is actually a chase for me because I didn't have one before.
Amanda.
Yeah, yeah.
Amanda was talking about that today. That's funny.
Yeah, yeah. And that was that. Then, of course, the Horizon event did actually get me a female Pikachu with a Horizons cap.
Who?
Cap. And that's great because I was actually hoping to get one before the event end. And of course, I got one. I was actually a research, and I still actually have 2 of those. I actually got to do a raid here. I still have those research from the event, so I gotta finish that up eventually. And then, what was the last thing that I got here? I just traded for an Azumarill and a one Lucky, and that's about it. As for Hondos, I actually didn't get any Hondos this last week or 2 because I hasn't really been catching Pokemon in the wild these days. And even if when I catch them, they're not getting the Hondo. So, I mean, my streak is over. I'm no longer the Hondo king when it comes down to it, you know. So.
Oh my gosh. You're gonna get 2 hundos next week to make up for it. It's fine.
Give me the Shondo Kyogre. Anyways, what you got, my friend?
So before the electric event, I showed up a little bit early, and I was able to get a shiny Pidgey and Jigglypuff while I waited in like the span of like 5 minutes. I was like, what the heck? I got 3 shiny Joltik, which is what I chose for the event, and 2 shiny Blitzel. After that, I got 2 Bronzor in the same day. I was like, "Where's number 3? Where's number 3?" Trying to get as many as possible because I thought it was funny. And then I did score 1 shiny Tapu Koko from a remote raid. I was happy about that because I think that's my first one I've gotten myself.
Okay.
I did tell you I had a shiny Captain Pikachu run from the Go Plus literally right before I clicked. I was very mad. It was a female. But I did get a shiny male Pikachu. So I'm definitely happy I got that. Julie was able to get I think she got a female. So as soon as I got hers, I was definitely happy that at least one of the accounts that I know would give me the shiny Pikachu. I was happy after that, but I was happy I got one on mine. And then when I traded Julie, literally a Poniard that she just hatched, it went lucky and I got a Hundo. So I'm ready for King's Gambit.
Nice.
And yeah, and that's my haul for the week. Pretty happy.
That's pretty good. It's pretty cool. We also gotta mention that Charcadet was actually spawning in eggs, or at least hatching from eggs, from all the
just hatched one.
Yeah, from all categories, 2, 5, and 10. 10 being technically the easiest to hatch them from, and then every other one had I think one of the rares at the second rarest tier to it. It is over, unfortunately, so if you're not able to hatch it in those tiers, however, you still can hatch them in 10k Lomero eggs. So you should be able to still get some if you're lucky enough. I actually got 6 from hatching eggs. So one of them being a 98, 14 attack though. So I know. I'm actually happy about that.
What are you gonna evolve it?
I always like the ghost one more.
Sarah, it does look better.
Yeah. But I'll figure out when I get there because I'm not too worried about actually evolving in anytime soon or anything like that. Especially since I know they're still hatching from eggs, so I can probably get a Hondo eventually. But of course, that's gonna be luck of the draw when it comes down to it in the end of the day. We have showcases for the starters and showcases for Pikachu. I won like half of those because everybody snipes the showcases at the last minute. I am. What's your medal on that right now? Are you still like high, slow? What do you got?
I think I gotta double check. I think I'm only at like 60 something. I'll be honest, I don't join as many as I should because I want to join near the end.
Yeah, no, I get you. I usually join when I'm actually at raid hour or something, and then I join the closest ones that are around my house. Which
yeah, I'm actually worse. I'm at 31 right now, and we need 100, so I'm about third.
You ain't getting that PhD anytime soon, brother.
No.
But yeah, I'm actually at 77, so
like 15.
Yeah, I'm at 77 right now, so it's actually not bad. But of course, it's gonna take me probably a couple extra showcases to get that done. And that's of course if I win them, anyways. But yeah, that's pretty much it when the Horizon event. The raids were okay. There were Metagross and a few other Pokemons were actually coming out of the raids, which it's not bad if you're looking for the Hondo. But again, it's just kind of one of those like kind of moments,
Yeah, I didn't even see Metagross. Funny enough.
Yeah, it's been spawning.
But,
I think
Captain Pikachu was definitely the rarest for me.
I definitely could have actually gotten more. I still have 2, so maybe if we do this Tapu Koko that's about to hatch in 13 minutes, we can probably get that one done. So I finally be able to finish.
I wish you luck. Yeah, pretty much all of my winter raids were Rockruff. I did notice I was getting Captain Pikachu from some of the some of the hatch 2 eggs too.
Yeah, so I would do anything when it comes to easier for the two. Anyways, that was the event. We also had, I think, Spotlight Hour, technically that's last Spotlight Hour, which was last Tuesday or this Tuesday, whatever the case may be. Nidoran female, and I think it was Cash Stardust or Cash Experience, one of the two. Regardless, I didn't really play. It's just one of those things that Spotlight Hour, unless it's like a really decent Pokemon, I really don't care about it. So. But that's just me when it comes down to it. Even though it's PvP viable, if you were to get one. So, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think we have anything else that happened last weekend. Last week was actually like an off weekend. I think the Bali Safari Zone was actually happening that weekend, and that's the reason why we don't really have too many news. And of course, JT Ballard was actually over there. So, I mean, check out his content if you want to actually see what the world of Bali was and the whole safari or city safari. I mean, you should call it safari zones anymore. It's city safaris anyways. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This week is actually a lot more hyped for everybody, and we're gonna get right into it right now. So let's get into our research topics of the week. Of course, right after the podcast ended, and I knew it was gonna happen because this is how it is, we did finally get GoFest news. And it's time to plan for your summers, y'all, because it is GoFest season. Or it always will be GoFest season pretty soon. Pokemon Go Live went ahead and gave us a little trailer for it. With Marshadow being the feature Pokemon, as we predicted at this point. Sedai Japan, I think it's called. We have Madrid, Spain happening. And that's pretty cool because Spain is also a really cool community for those. And then we have New York, US. So we're going back to Randall Island, y'all, for one more time, a New York experience. And then Global will be happening, I think, the final week of the summer, or at least the final week of that summer or of that month. Tickets are not available. Early bird for Japan is already going. It's basically gone. They're probably gonna introduce more later on when it comes down to it. But GoFest 2024 is fully announced, or at least fully announced in the sense that we're gonna play, just like always, because we love the game as much as everybody else. So GoFest, when is this adventure happening? It is the global adventure stores for your summer days and nights. Specifically, they're actually saying days and nights. The biggest Pokemon Go event of the year is back, and trainers can look forward for even more ways to play in each city and globally. Join millions of Pokemon trainers from around the world and get ready for exciting adventures, exclusive gameplay opportunities, and more. So the global event is actually free just like the Go tours and everything that we had recently. However, there is a $15 ticket that you can buy to expand the experience. I think it's like basically the Ray Lover and the Egg Hatch Lover and all that stuff. So you actually are able to just get that for the global experience when it comes down to it. We'll go over that when we get there. Of course, the real world locations, just like I mentioned, Sedai, Japan is happening from May 30th to June 2nd. So actually pretty soon. It's basically given us only like 3 months to really plan out. And they announced this news a lot earlier than I expected to have them. So hosting in Sedai, Japan, this will mark the greenest city in Japan's first time hosting the GoFest event. So one of the greenest cities out there. You can buy tickets and learn more there. We also have Madrid, Japan from June 14 to June 16. I wish I could go, but that was my birthday weekend too. That'd be nice. Is my birthday on the 15th? Yes, my birthday's on the 15th. I don't know if it was a Saturday though. Anyways, Madrid, Japan, we can... you'll be able to enjoy exploring the vibrant and rich culture of the southern European's biggest city. Adventure awaits in, among the parks and boulevards of Spain's capital city on the second weekend of the Pokemon Go Fest 2024. I would definitely wish I could go because I could just speak the language. So Chris will be like, But anyways. So, and the last... I know, right? Last but not least, we're going back to New York City for once again having a wonderful time experience in Randall's Island. And of course, the Big Apple and everywhere around the city of New York will be happening to be GoFest. So that's happening from July 5th to July 7th. Now, I do want to make a pointer about these dates. For anybody who is actually lives here in the United States and understands the dates that are announced, July 5th to the 7th, that is a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. What happens the day before July 5th? I'm asking you, Chris.
July 4th, the 4th of July.
Independence Day. It is happening. So this is happening on probably the busiest weekend in the entire United States. That is not good. Which is crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird, man.
Yeah. Also, Trainer Mystic with the 100 bits. Thank you so much. Thank you and welcome back to the stream because we're not podcasting. We're getting things done. But yeah, holy Jesus. I can't believe this is happening this weekend. Let me tell you this right now. I am only 50% sure I can go to New York. And the reason why is because my workplace is already, people have already requested that weekend off because it's going to be a long weekend for everybody. So I'm begging my manager right now, and I probably won't have the actual exact time or the exact, confirmation that I can go until this weekend, until this Friday. So that's what she promised me and see what we can do. So I don't know. I'm trying to be optimistic that she will actually be able to give me that day off too, or that weekend off. But I am starting to lose a little bit of hope, just for a few things, but we'll see how it goes. Again, I'm going to say this right now because now I'm probably just going to regret it anyway. So if I can't make it, oh well. Why? Because technically I already been to New York. And I already seen Randall's Island, and I seen how Pokemon Go really is played out throughout New York City. I love the city. Trust me to say, I love to go there every single time if that's the case. I wish I kind of wish it was Chicago actually, but it is what it is. You probably will be screaming on the top of my lungs on Twitter or X, whatever you call it, if I do go, or at least I have confirmation that I can go. But right now, I'm hanging by the thread, and it's one of those things that kind of will be the FOMO for this year, because that means I will be missing the second event of the year, and I don't think I'll be able to go anywhere else since after that. So, which is not a bad thing. I mean, life does get in the way regardless. The reason why
saving the money.
Yeah, the reason why I actually, opted out of Go Tour in Los Angeles, one, because it's expensive. It's definitely a lot more expensive than you could think of. But at the same time, life has new plans for me, and this year definitely has been one of those things. So I'm not looking at it again that if I can't go, I'm gonna be devastated. I can't make it. I can't see my friends for another year or anything like that. It's mostly because in the end of the day, it still will be cool to see everybody, play around and have some fun. But I'm not gonna make it the end of my world, because in the end of the day, Pokemon Go is gonna go for another 2 years, probably more than that. If we gotta get to the 10-year anniversary. Once we get to the 10-year anniversary, that's when we're gonna go all hype that year. So, but it is what it is. Hopefully, this will be the last year that we get New York City, and they'll think about other places eventually.
Yeah, from what I heard, it had one of the best city experiences, but the park experience was, if not the worst, one of the worst.
It was a little lackluster in the park experience from my experience last year. When it came down to it, I mean, you definitely had your playtime, and at the same time, it just didn't seem right. After that, we had to walk all the way to the city. You could also, take an Uber or car or transportation or whatever, but getting off the island took a bit, and then after that, you just experienced the city. The city was lit up.
Yeah,
That's lit up to no ends.
I'm interested. Yeah, I'm interested to see how it is this year, especially with it being so close to 4th of July. I'll definitely be
Yeah.
trying to go. I am going to be pretty busy around that time though,
Yeah.
because I'll be having my wedding July 20th. So I think I'll be fine. I just got to see what's going on in my life around that time, especially asking off at my job literally before I get hired. Funny enough,
Yeah. That's again.
which should be fine.
This year, for the both of us, technically, we just had so much going on. So it's kind of like, if it's a year off for us traveling, great. I mean, we get the chance to really just go ahead and get things done. I mean, Chris, you've probably been traveling way more than I have in the last few months, anyways. But yeah, no, I know. Anyways, but regardless of how, maybe if that's how it is, again, guys, just have to mention this once again. This game is not technically our full lives. We do this for fun. We have an amazing hobby. We have amazing listeners out there. But we do it because we have fun with everybody. And that's the reason why we want to go there. But if life gets in the way, life gets in the way. That's how it is. And the only reason, and this is the only thing that I'm going to say today, don't ever pick that weekend again. Okay? If it would have been the weekend after, I would have been so much happier, because I would have actually been able to go and have no problems. But no, it had to be that weekend. Anyways.
Christmas instead, it's fine.
No. I'll keep you guys updated next podcast, because that's when I'll definitely know if I'll be able to go or not. So it is what it is in the end of the day. And then, once again, Pokemon GOfest Global happening from the last weekend of that, the weekend of the 13th to the 14th. We're going to actually learn a little bit more information when it comes down to it. How's it going, James? So, the feature highlights of this is Marshadow. Marshadow is being introduced into Pokemon, what you might call it, Pokemon Go, for the very first time. Very cool, actually. It's like basically an Ape at this point. Just a legendary stats at this point. I don't know what moves it's gonna have. I don't know if it's gonna have a signature move when it comes down to it. But Marshadow is a potent fighting ghost type Pokemon, just like any other one.
Very cool typing.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. And he actually is pretty cool when he's in battle and everything. That's nice. Yeah, you wish. Anyways. So Saturday, we have our biomes and everything's already spawning, or basically will be spawning during that weekend. We have the Dawn Meadow habitats. So we have a lot of Pokemons, actually. I don't think we should really go over this until we really have a little more information, technically. But some of the Pokemons that are going to be breaking region lock during this. Heatmore is going to be breaking region lock. We have a brand new Pikachu with a sun crown. And that's about it on that biome. Then we have the Shining Day biome, so more daylight. I think the one more specifically to this is Jamo, because that's going to be shiny available this GOfest season. Yangmo, sorry, I should say. And then after that, just a bunch of Pokemons that we had previously. Then we have the Creeping Dusk, which is the nighttime. We have the Pikachu wearing the Moon Crown, and we have Volby breaking region lock during this time.
Volby I think this is my favorite one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you need the Metapede anyways. But more Gibbles. Jeez, I'm tired of Gibble actually. Anyways, and then
Amolga.
Yeah, Darkness Night. So just one last one. Carbine is gonna be spotted in this one, which is actually pretty cool if you're looking for it. But then really not much more that we care about. Just a lot of water and
not more. Amora, Morlo. Your favorite Crabrawler?
How about a Binacle? Did I get I got a shiny Binacle, didn't
I? Yes. Yeah, you got it from a quest, I believe.
Yeah, and then Moral. Yeah, I guess Moral is one thing. One of the other ones I guess is my chase would be a few Espers was not a bad thing actually. Also to mention that in those nighttime biomes we have the Moon Crown Pikachu, so that's gonna be interesting when it comes down to it. So we got two types of Pikachu this time around, Sun and Moon. Kind of makes sense, but so maybe we'll have Solgaleo and Lunana actually appear in race. We don't know. The bonuses and features for this event: all trainers can enjoy the following Pokemon Go Fest Global whenever they have ticket or not. The bonuses are fully 1 hour lore module duration, field research team around the different Pokemon habitats, and then a surprise encounter in ghost snapshots when taking snapshots during the event. That's it? Kind of lackluster bonuses, I may ask, right?
They're like, you're going to be using Palkia anyways, who cares?
I know, right? If you do buy the ticket, you are able to get the special research story to encounter the mythical Pokemon Marshadow, and you'll have the opportunity to encounter it, of course, so that's pretty cool. I do like at least a little image when it comes down to it. There will be a global challenge arena, so each hour there will be, challenges that we have to complete, so maybe we'll get some extra bonuses when it comes down to it. It says right here, special bonuses will be unlocked for the remainder of the hour for ticket trainers. Kind of makes sense. So I guess, they're not giving us bonuses, but they are giving us bonuses if we just work together. And then Ancient Encounters, we have all the unknowns spawning from this ADGHINTY. That spells also dawn and night, I guess, one of the two. And Maracas, it's a spawning out of Dawn Meadow. Corsola, Corsola is going to be a cool one. But of course, it is how it is when it comes to we see Corsola every day and not get a shiny. Creeping Dawn, Rockruff is gonna be spawning out of the instance, so that's pretty cool. I guess that makes sense. Ooh.
And keep in mind it's Dusk. So it might be highly likely to be the Dusk form, if not 100% Dusk.
Bro, I'll take it. And then the last one will be the Darkest Night with Volby spawning, so that's a cool chase for everybody out there anyways. Exclusive bonuses, I guess those are exclusive to the ticket holders if you buy the ticket. Surprisingly, even though everybody can play anyways. Increased chance of encountering shiny Pokemon. Bullshit. Up to 6 special trades can be made for each day. Level up your elite collector medal by completing Habitat Team collection challenges. Up to 9 free raid passes from spinning photos at gyms. And then special 7-kilometer eggs. And then more to share. Stay tuned. Anyways, the ticket is $15. You can buy it in the in-game shop, or you can actually buy it in the web store, which if you buy it from the web store, you do get the t-shirt in-game for free. So technically that's, free-ish when it comes down to it. And that's really the ways that they go about it, how they purchase it, and that's it. So Pokemon Go Fest 2024 news is here. We have 3 months to prepare. How excited are you about this, Chris? Because I don't know.
Definitely a lot of fun shinies I still need in this event, so I'm definitely excited. I do really like GoFest Global every year.
Yeah, no, definitely GoFest is definitely just one thing after another when it comes down to it. I'm gonna restart my game real quick.
Depending on what the raids are and everything, I don't know how it would compare to Go Tour. Mm-hmm. If we're going annually, by the events happening by the year. I don't know how it would compare to like Origin Palkia and Dialga because
Yeah.
that was pretty hype. Going between that, all the new Hisui shinies. So we'll see. But there is a lot of shinies that I want to get from GoFest Global, so it's gonna definitely be close.
Yeah, definitely gonna be a lot close when it comes down to it. It's just that after everything that we has had, and if they even add more stuff, like maybe some new adventure effects for some Pokemons or adding some extra exclusive things, they haven't even talked about the race or the X when it comes down to it. It's just gonna be one of those things in the end of the day.
That's true.
I know we haven't really gone over the in-person events either. One of the reasons why, because more information is just gonna come regardless. So we're gonna wait a little bit longer to have everything, and then that's when we put it on. We'll put it, to make sure that everybody's out there for everybody to see. But that's only when we get there, and I believe it's gonna be a few months before we actually really get more information on everything.
I'm interested to see which city has the best spawns slash shiny possibilities. So I kind of want to compare them all and see which one's the best.
Yeah, but if we do that right now, it's gonna take us like 3 hours to actually.
No, not right now. Yeah, no.
But yeah, so that's that when it comes down to GoFest. Very exciting. I mean, in the end of the day, GoFest will always be exciting. I'm just don't know my fate yet, so if I can go or not. So we'll figure out when we get there. Once I do, I'll definitely probably be more excited because everybody in the groups and chats, they're already including me in their thing. So if I can make it, that'd be great. All right, so let's talk about the next event. It's actually gonna be happening tomorrow as I record this podcast, and that is Weather Week. We did mention what Weather Week is. I think we didn't really have all the news until then, so I guess we should, because I think they announced it a day or so when it comes out to it.
Yeah, they announced it either right before our last podcast or like right after.
Yeah.
But like we were talking about a lot anyways.
Mm-hmm. So Weather Week happening from March 14 tomorrow, 10 a.m. to Monday, March 18 at 8 p.m. local time. The event bonuses for this event. We'll have catch Pokemons with Weather Boost to earn extra starters. Oh, yeah, we did actually talk about this, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were talking about the Paris.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, actually, this was really announced before the last podcast. Actually, I think it was announced. Oh, it was announced the day of the podcast. That's why I actually remember now. We were talking about it mostly because it's the extra starters for catching Pokemons with Weather Boost, and then Paris was spawning in the wild. So if you get really, really lucky.
Yeah, pay attention to what the weather is. Mega evolve your Pokemon accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a lot of cast form shinies to hunt for, which I'm happy. I didn't get the rain or the sun one for the last event that it was like around. So I'm definitely happy.
Yeah, no, definitely happy about that too. There's my face. Anyways. But yeah, I think that little by little that event is going to be good. We already have a little bit of information on what's going on. There is a collection challenge to catch every single one of the cast forms.
That's not good.
Yeah,
that foggy one's going to be hard.
Yeah, well,
we got to get the quest.
There are some research for it, actually, so we may have to actually finish up some quests to make sure we get there. If we go to Cerebi for information, let's see, where is... Yeah, so the event field, exclusive field research will be catch 5 Pokemons with Weather Boost for encounter for 4 different types of Pokemons. None of them being cast form, surprisingly.
Huh.
Showcase an event stats from everything. What? I'm gonna go somewhere else. I don't know if they all have it in this one. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. So you can find
1,
a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7. No. Anyways, we'll get there when we get there. So don't worry about it. Just be very, very cautious on what you need to do for the research stacks and be ready to, if you want to complete the challenge, I mean, the one thing about this challenge is that the only thing that awards you was an incense. And some Stardust. So don't go super hard, but if you need to collect a medal or something, then, Just be what it is in the end of the day. But yeah, that's that. Let's move on to the next one. And this one is actual news because it is a Pokemon that everybody been wanting to get for the last few I don't know how many years it's been, like 2 years now. Anyways, Burden's Wonders, a brand new event for the introduction of reintroduction to Sarude for the first time in a long time, which is cool. Plus new customs for some Pokemons that we all love, I guess. Anyways, Thursday, March 21st at 10 a.m. to Monday, March 25th at 8 p.m. local time. Technically, this is happening next week. So we're writing this podcast. The Rogue of the Jungle returns for $7.99 or equivalent to your local currency. You'll be able to pick up this exclusive special research story, Rogue of the Jungle, during the Burden's Wonders event. So yeah, you gotta pay for it. Anyways, the ticket will be available, this special research story leading up to the encounter Sarude on Thursday, March 21st. So that means that you are able to get another Sarude. Trainers will be able to encounter Sarude, their Pokemon, upon completing the special research story. So two good things about this, even though it's still a paid ticket. One, it's a special story, so you don't have to worry about it once you get it if you are not wanting to complete it on the same week, although it probably will be easier if you complete it in the same week. And then two, you get another encounter with Sarude. If you didn't even get one, it's still pretty cool in the end of the day, because I know my Sarude was crappy. So
yeah, I literally Poiple was like the first one from special research I got that wasn't like horrible.
Right, and that's right. Well, I guess Poiple is kind of like the mythical of the Ultra Beast.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna do its evolution and everything.
No, we'll get that when we get there. Anyways, the ticket also grants you other rewards aside from the Sarude encounter. 2 premium battle passes, 6 silver pinap berries, 5 rare candies, 1 incense, and various dark type and grass type Pokemon encounters, and more. If you buy the ticket, increased instant encounters will be available. This one says for the ticket holders that red flower Flabebe, blue flower Flabebe, and yellow flower Flabebe will be appearing in instance, excluding the daily instance, in their regions. So they're not breaking region lock when it comes down to it. However, though, they are becoming shiny available. So you won't be able to do it, but one of the things. Also, we're getting a lot of people in the chat, so I'm just gonna shout them out real quickly. The Trainer Tales podcast, thank you so much for joining us. First time chatter here. Casa the Cubone is in the house. Thank you so much for joining us once again. And yes, I'm glad that everybody's here. Thank you so much. Keep on rocking. Thank you for joining us for our live recording podcasting. But yes, the Flabebe is being shiny available now after this. It's actually pretty cool. However, though, there are some Pokemons that will be appearing and breaking region lock when it comes to that. So Pampor, Pansage, and Pansear will be appearing in no matter what region you're at. Purified, all the Flabebes, Codney, and Sora will be spawning more frequently. So if you're lucky, you might even encounter those. And the white and orange Flabebe, of course, are also global when it comes down to it. That is your new trainer or the new podcast channel, Trainer Tales. That's pretty cool. I'll definitely give it a follow after we finish here. So no worries. But yeah, that is for ticket encounters. Now, Pokemon debuts. Codney and Whimsicott wearing their flower crown. And they're already flowers.
Yeah, plant wearing a plant.
yeah, definitely. That's gonna be a chase for a lot of people. I don't even think if I have a regular Codney shiny, so that's gonna be cool.
I know I got 2 of that, so I'm not too worried about it. But the costumes are always fun. I do like them.
Of course. Then wild encounters. Of course, we are encountering all the Flabebes in the region and the new shinies. However, we have more Pokemon spawning in the wild. Bulbasaur, Oddish, Tangela, Hoppip, Pushiena, Nuzleaf, Shroomish, Dakotni, all the Flabebes, Cutiefly, and some trainers may even encounter Pansage, Pansear, Pampor, Sora, and more when it comes down to it. So, cool. Sora encounters for Shiny Chance. I kind of want that.
Yeah, pay attention to what your buddy is, because, if you don't know, Zora hides as your buddy. So try not to throw your Master Ball at any Galarian birds if it
Yeah.
could be a Zora.
But spawn things like maybe a Mew or something that's actually not usually available in the wild. So just like maybe a Rayquaza or something like that in the net. Also, I'm gonna send you a Tapu Koko real quick because I need to finish that rare
Okay.
counters. So
I'm ready.
yeah, I'll get this in a second here for y'all. While we're at it, field resist encounters for the event. Oh, come on, this work. This only works when it
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta do something here real quick.
It's okay. I'll send you a Dynamo raid.
Okay, it worked. All right, let me invite my friends here, y'all, because it is how it is, and then I'll show you my screen in a moment. Let's see. Anybody who wants a Tapu Koko is welcome to join me. Where are you? There you are. And then, yeah, why not? Since it's in the chat today.
You're going to invite, why not?
I invited everybody. Anyways. Okay, so field resist encounters for the events. Vulpix, Poliwag, Marrow, Slugma, Cotney, Pansix, Pampor, and Pansear will all be available in field resist encounters, so more chances of the shinies. Collection challenge. Team collection challenges are coming. Complete the collection challenge to receive Stardust, experience, and more encounters with the Cotney. And then showcases. Different Pokemon during the parts of the event where you can enter event team Pokemon. So it's not just Cotney or it's not just Flabebe. It's going to be one of those in the end of the day. And that's pretty much it when it comes down to the event. Any excitement about this? Anything that you might think?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely chasing the Monkus. All the different ones that we don't get locally. Because I already have Pampor. But also the cast forms, because I already said I need like basically anything except the normal one. But yeah, I think it's definitely a fun event. It doesn't need to be crazy.
It doesn't have to be crazy.
Nah, I'm ready.
I mean, having Sarude spawning or giving us another chance on a good Sarude is actually good, just because Sarude is actually one of those relevant Pokemons if you know how to get them. But I'm glad that that's the case. I'm sure the shiny eventually will come out, but you never know because it hasn't even come out in main series games at this point. Well, probably another 10 years.
Yeah, I know some people that were talking about how they wished that it was the one from the movie with the pink scarf.
Yeah, that would be.
I was like, nah.
Cool. Yeah, I know for sure.
I was like, yeah, I don't see them putting that in, sadly.
At least not anytime soon when it comes down to it. Anyways, that is the Birth and Wonders. I know, right? The Birth and Wonders event will be here very soon, so be ready when it gets there. But then we have another event that's actually pretty exciting for everybody out there. This is the World of Wonders Takeover. So Team Go Rocket, once again, taking over. I mean, are we surprised at this point?
Nah.
But
every week.
I know. I mean, like every month at this point now. Defeat Team Go Rocket and Giovanni and rescue Shadow Groudon and Shadow Mewtwo in the World of Wonders taking over. Yes, this is... let me actually show you for you guys. This is the introduction of Shadow Groudon into the Shadow form, which is pretty cool regardless, because if anyone has actually seen the anime, it is how it is. Also, I forgot to mention, Professor Willow actually made an appearance in the new anime.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a quick appearance. Basically, the guy that actually carries the Captain Pikachu that we've been catching for over the month, for the week, actually, got a call from Professor Willow, and Professor Willow appeared. There, of course, voice acting and everything is there too. And he just had a lot of Pikachus with the captain's hat literally just walking around his camp. And I was like, are we in the multiverse? But yeah, that's a cool little feature, to say the least, that the anime actually introduced that. So that's pretty cool. However...
Yeah, I need to see that to see how he sounds.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is Japanese, so, I mean, we'll see who actually makes the English sounds when it comes down to it. So that'd be pretty cool regardless. Maybe they are trying to introduce him into Pokemon Masters. So that'd be pretty cool, too.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. Anyways, World Wonders taking over.
Professor Willow and Pidgey.
Yeah, I know, right? When is this happening? Wednesday, March 27 at 12 a.m. to Sunday, March 31st at 11:59 p.m. So basically a takeover. Save Shadow Groudon. Shadow Groudon will be making its debut into Pokemon Go. Again, one of the coolest, powerful Pokemons out there. So he'll definitely have some meta relevance if you actually catch it. And you can also save Shadow Mewtwo throughout the weekend. Yes, Shadow Mewtwo returns once again. And it even says right here the Shadow Raikou will not appear throughout this weekend. So it is
Thank
how it
God.
is. I mean, yeah, I gotta do them, but I gotta work like half of one of the days anyways. So again, this is happening. At least Shadow Mewtwo will be appearing from March 30th to March 31st local time. So make sure you are ready for those. We got a shakeup on the eggs. 12 kilometer eggs at least. But the Pokemon are technically still the same. So Larvitar, Sando, Pawniard, Volibee, Dino, Pancham, Salado, and Baroom will be spawning from it. However, there is a brand new shiny in that pool. And the brand new shiny is Sandile. Sandile finally gets his shiny release. That's hype.
That's a fun one.
But of course, it's only in 12K. So yeah, it is how it is. Tinko Rocket event bonuses. I call it Tinko Rocket because it's not just the event bonuses. Tinko Rocket will appear more frequently in Pokemon Pokestops and Balloons, and you can use a Charge CM to help Shadow Pokemon forget the Charge Attack Frustration. Pretty cool as always. Save more Shadow Pokemons out there because the grunts are gonna have some shakeups too. Brand new Shadow Pokemons are being introduced. Shadow Peachy, Shadow Darumaka, Shadow Gottita, and Shadow Solosis are actually gonna be part of this. That's pretty cool. That also means that Cliff, Arlo, and Sierra will have brand new Shadow Shiny Pokemons once they are actually out there. So that's pretty cool. Then we have another shakeup on the Shadow rates, especially the 1-stars and 3-stars. 1-stars will have Drowsy, Poliwag, Barboach, and Fungus. And then 3-stars will have Hitmontop, Wobbuffet, and Sneasel. And then, of course, the only Shadow available ones out there are Drowsy, Poliwag, and Sneasel. Also, I am encountering my Tapu Koko, and it is not shiny. 1750, not a good one. What'd you get, Chris?
Yeah, mine was Booty.
Booty. All right, cool. Then we have Field Reach Stack encounters, Mysterio Components, Charge DMs, and Fast DMs. And then encounters with eventing Pokemon. Have they ever actually allow us to get Fast DMs or Charge DMs from Field Research encounters?
Yes.
Okay. Nice.
Usually it's just from events, though, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so that's why I was actually kind of confused for a second there. And then, of course, encounters with attempting Pokemon. While encounters of this event will be Murkrow, Sableye, Purloin, Scraggy, and an Inkay. So some pretty cool ones out there. And then
doing
also,
another raid.
Yeah. Oh, you're on another raid? Cool. And then some trainers may even encounter Sora, Volibee, and Dino in the wild. Oh, Volibee is basically just breaking his field encounter. Or his wild encounter. So that's pretty cool.
That's really good for the extra large and just PvP.
Bro, I have so much extra large for Volibee that it's not even close, brother.
Oh, I believe you. Because usually to get a good one for Great League, you'd have to get lucky trading them. So that's definitely going to be something I'll be looking out for.
Yeah, definitely. Time research, event team research tasks will be available throughout the event, completed to earn items and encounters with other Pokemon. Showcases, once again, they're not specifically one. We do have a pay time research for this event for $2 or equivalent to your local currency. It will include 6 mysterious components, 1 super incubator, 1 rocket radar, and an encounter with Pawniard. That's pretty cool. I mean, Chris would have been more happy if he didn't get the Hondo, but
I mean, I still need the shiny.
Yeah.
So maybe. How much is it?
$2. So it's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. There's a Tingo Rocket bundle will be happening in the web store. So we'll go to the web store. There's a in-game 300 Pokecoin bundle too for 1 radar, 1 rocket radar, 1 incubator, and 1 premium battle pass. And then did they mention the avatar pose? It's a new avatar pose, but it is actually the same one from the last takeover. However, instead of actually buying it, or encounter it through the time research, you actually can just go ahead and buy it right there from the shop. So they kind of make it a little less exclusive when it comes down to that. And that's pretty much the takeover. So once again, Tingo Rocket having their villainous vibes at the end of the month, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, Shadow Mewtwo and Shadow Groudon still is a potent combination. So excited for some of the shadows too. So I want to say that is a powerhouse. It is. Make sure you catch them quickly so you can go ahead and TM frustration away as soon as possible. So by the time we finish with Mewtwo, I think the event is over anyway. So yeah, so be very careful, y'all. Anyways, I do have 2 encounters from the event, from the last event. So let's see how it is. Rumble for the first one. Yeah, nobody can hear you, bro. Anyways, it was a Rockruff. Okay, 391. That's not too bad, I guess. I don't even know if that's the Honda or not. And then last but not least, Skarmory. Really? Not even a Pikachu?
What, you can get Skarmory?
Yeah, you were like, wait, what? Yeah, I know. Oh, well. Would have been cool to get the Pikachu, but I guess they didn't want me to give me the Pikachu anyway, so. It is how it is. I finally got rid of that task, so I'm actually kind of happy. Anyways, that is that. Some miscellaneous news for anybody out there. If you have Amazon Prime, there is a new code for anybody who wants to, get some extra encounters here. This Amazon Prime rewards actually allows you to encounter different types of Pokemon. Some of them being Hisu and Growlithe, Smobile, and Drampa. So yeah, that's pretty cool if you get like 3 new Drampa encounters, I think, if I think about it. Or more or less, I don't even know at this point. But anyways, and that's pretty much on the news. Some exciting time happening, right, Chris?
Yeah, I know we're late to it, but I did think it was cool that they gave us a code to encounter an extra Captain Pikachu too.
Oh yeah, that is true. But unfortunately, that actually ends. It actually ends tomorrow. Today's the 12th or the 13th.
Today is the 13th.
Okay, so that code is actually ending by the end of tonight if you have not heard this podcast, so I do apologize, but at the end of the day, I can't really do anything when, the code went out there in the middle of the week. So, but if you have the ability to go and get the code Pikachu, I mean, I think it's a time research. I don't remember.
Yeah, I will say, yeah, it is a timed research. I will say it is interesting. The ones you get afterwards, they will not have Volt Tackle, which makes sense. I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Anyways, that's pretty much it when it comes down to that. We did want to quickly mention what's going on right now. We kind of already said it in the top of the show today, but how can I say this lightly? Well, we're just gonna shout out, of course, the person who got affected by this. Fleece Skin, which, as you guys know, is one of the popular content creators out there for Pokemon Go. He fortunately got his account hacked, even though a lot of people are saying it wasn't hacked or something like that. But the person who did it basically posted the entire thing, and just, started deleting all his stuff, and just basically, I don't even know if it can be repaired. Fleeskin itself is devastated, and he doesn't know what to do anymore, and I don't even know if he's going to continue playing Pokemon Go after this. You never really know what happens after this kind of moments. I hope, and I think it's actually working with him to see if they can get all his stuff back and see what he can do. We're not sure the full details on that when it comes down to it, but we have seen in Twitter exactly that, the perpetrator that did all of this actually, just completely flat out said, oh yeah, I did this, and but you can't do anything about me. It kind of sucks. I mean, I feel for Fleece, because I think in the end of the day, he has put so much work in his account, and really in the end of the day, nobody wants to get this kind of thing happen to his account regardless. We're not gonna really give the guy who did it some clout, because in the end of the day, it's just petty and disrespectful, cruel to do this kind of thing. It's everything that you really don't want this to happen, and to happen to him, to one of the biggest creators out there. Just makes it feel like it could happen to anybody. So be very careful before you give your information, guys. Don't just willy-nilly think that you want things, or really just give information. I mean, this is not the same scenario, but at the same time, it's kind of like enforcing what you can do for your own account. So be very careful once again, to protect your account at all costs, do whatever you can, extra verification process or whatever the case may be. I know Niantic's probably going to be working on that in the future now that this has happened. So yeah, I'm sorry, Fleece even though in the last few months and dates, we haven't really seen eye to eye to things that we have said over in the world, but nobody wishes this kind of thing to happen to him, so, or to anybody really. So it's just sad to see that it happened that like this, and it's just being full blown out there, so.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see what Niantic does with his account. Like, are they gonna rewind it, in a way to like before things got transferred?
Yeah.
I'm interested to see that because like, was he in the account at the same time and stuff like that? But it does make me wonder because if they help him out like a ton, it's going to be stuff that they wouldn't do for the average person. So I think that's kind of funny. It's kind of funny, but I don't know. I know he is one of the people that people look to for Pokemon Go, so it does make sense. But
I mean, I get your point. And again, we're not trying to be political when it comes down to this or anything like that.
No. I just think it's something funny to look at.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely one thing that, if he can basically restore his account to previously to whatever had happened, then yeah, that means that they have the power to do it for anybody else who actually had similar issues in the past. But again, this is just not about that. It's just about how one person's full-on belief of just destroying somebody else's life that way, because in the end of the day, that's his livelihood. If you destroy his account, I mean, I understand it's a different way of getting money, but at the same time, it's just like, that's basically his hard-earned work right there. It's his pride and joy when it comes down to it. And in the end of the day, something like that being happen and just getting destroyed that easily, it's just sad, unfortunately. Sad and pitiful from that person when it comes down to it. So it's definitely one of those people. And we're not the type of persons who, want to judge a book by its cover when it comes down to it. But if you're gonna do something like this, you're basically scum. I'm sorry to say, but it's just one of those things in the end of the day. I'm gonna end it in the point where just make sure you are aware of where your account is at all times and don't give your information that easily to people you don't know at the end of the day. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Anyways, moving on from this. Let's get one last little piece of news here with BBP section. Get good, get wrecked. Here we go. Any cool new metas actually happening here? Because I am actually getting destroyed.
I mean, Spring Cup is fine. Right now, I've been having fun with it. Galarian Weezing is really fun to use. Steel Wing Empoleon, very strong. So I've been running Galarian Weezing, Steel Wing Empoleon, and Ferrothorn. And it's been pretty fun. There's a few Pokemon I'm just terrified to see, but it's been working. But yeah, nothing new from Switch Masters for me. They're just battling it out this week, and I've been pushing, trying to get to rank 20, because I told my friend, depending on how soon I get to rank 20 is when I'll really decide on if I'm pushing for Legend this season. But I really do think I'm gonna try for that.
All right, that's pretty cool. Yeah, we are in the Spring Cup season, Great League Edition, and the Ultra League. I haven't even finished one of my sets here, so I'll get that when I get there. I don't know. I had a little motivation because of my cousin. My cousin has been playing a lot of PvP, actually. He's actually ranked 16, I think, or something. So,
ooh.
Yeah. And he has basically almost nothing, but he has pretty cool Pokemon that he powered up and everything. So he's been having fun. I'm glad that he's having fun because, things like that doesn't happen that often. And getting the ranks that quickly, I feel like I'm getting left behind. So I got to start working on things. Anyways.
Yeah, at least up to rank 20, pretty much all you got to do is battle. You don't have to sweat too much.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll definitely get more information about like maybe Litten community today and everything like that, and their moves and how powerful it can be to the meta, and see what actually does happen with that Pokemon, because I mean he's still pretty cool anyways. And I want to say that's pretty much it. I do have to actually end this podcast pretty quickly, so because I gotta get going, so I do some things here. So thank you so much for everybody for listening to the podcast. We appreciate it very much. If anybody who has actually come through the podcast and actually come and watch us, just, talk about things. But if you want to listen to more podcasts or any other episodes out there, you can certainly do in our podcast services fees. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, any of those places. If you can leave us a review, we greatly, greatly appreciate it. Follow our social media, myself at Pure Larry Go, Chris at PKMN Trigger Please with a Z at the end. Purified Podcast for any information about Pokemon Go. If you can email us anything, info, or even just having some good days, we greatly appreciate it. We would like to shout you out in podcasts. And then join our Discord, free to play all the time. I mean, we're there for a reason. And then don't forget to check us out at the purifiedpodcast.com, the Professor Network. So with that being said, Chris, take us away for the night, please.
All right. Try not to hack anyone's account. Hope you guys have a good week. And get all the Kyogres and shiny Littens that you can. And we'll catch you guys next week, where hopefully we got even more news for you. Spoiler alert, we will. And yeah, see you guys then. Peace out, guys.
Keep purifying them, everybody, and we'll see you guys next time.